What's up guys? FitByFitzroy here. If it's your first time to the channel, thank you. If not, welcome back. Obviously by today's video title, I kind of want to talk to you guys about the diet that I chose to lose my weight and also what I'm still eating today. Like I said before, weight loss, although not easy to go forth with and complete, it is a simple concept to understand. You need to simply eat better and exercise more. Now the former being more important than the latter, that's really all there is to it. The first things that we do is try to find a diet that's gonna work for us. When I first started, I'm researching stuff online. I'm trying to find things that would work for me long term. I'm finding all these diets like keto, where you're eating little to no carbs, or like liquid diets where, pretty self-explanatory, you're relying heavily on food that is liquid or food that is once room temperature becomes a liquid. But when I'm looking up these diets, I found a lot of them to be restrictive. Now, I don't want to knock any of these diets like the keto diet or anything like that, because they do work for a lot of people. You have seen a lot of people who lose weight from it. But when you're being so restrictive, you're literally telling yourself, I cannot eat this food or I'm not going to lose weight. And that's not healthy for you mentally. Something like cutting out all the carbs in a keto diet is really, really hard to do. Now, if you have succeeded with it, I commend you. That's a really great thing. But carbs are in almost everything that we eat. So yogurt, bread, crackers, rice, potatoes, etc. And like those are things that I didn't see myself able to cut out of my own diet. I said I've known a bunch of people who have cut out keto, but as soon as you slip up and have any piece of bread or like anything that you were cutting back on, if you have that maybe 1 or 2 times and you take a step back, I find out that a lot of people do relapse and they go back to their old diet. It's hard to stay away from carbs because of the fact that it's in everything that we eat. At the end of the day, in order to lose weight, and there's simply no science that can disprove this, you need to be in a caloric deficit. Now, caloric deficit means that you are burning more calories than what you're consuming. It's said that for every 3,500 calories that you burn extra than what you consume, you're gonna lose a pound. Say you're eating 2,000 calories a day and you're burning 2,500 calories per day. At the end of that week, you've burned about 3,500 calories. Obviously, there's a bit more that goes into it, but essentially, bottom line, that's all that weight loss is. It's called CICO, calories in, calories out. There's a ton of specific diets that you could try that would tell you you can't eat this or you can't eat that, but are you gonna cut that food out for the rest of your life? That's why you see a bunch of people lose weight on specific diets like keto, but once they slip up, they gain it all back because they didn't learn self-control and they didn't learn how to deal with that food or respect it. They kind of just put it away, and then once it comes back, they don't know how to deal with it again. It's like cleaning up a mess in your room. If you throw it all in a closet, once you open that closet door again, the mess is still gonna be there, You didn't clean it up. So having learned that, the diet that I chose, I kind of just decided to pay more attention to what I was eating and make sure to keep track of exactly what it was that I was putting into my body every single day. I later found out that this is called the common sense diet, which of course meant that the stuff you're eating makes sense if you want to lose weight. You aren't cutting out any large group of foods, but you know well enough that you shouldn't be eating cookies, cakes, and chips and drinking a bunch of soda throughout your day. When I was 350 pounds, I was a direct reflection of what I was putting into my body. So I would eat whatever was readily available for me, whatever I could eat easily, like fast food restaurants that were 5 minutes from my house. I would eat there, and obviously that's why I was overweight. My average day of eating at the time was like, I'd wake up, barely eat breakfast most days. If I did eat breakfast some days, I was eating like a bagel or like a sack of pancakes, something like that. And then lunchtime, I'd probably have a couple Hot Pockets, whatever I found in the dining hall, fried chicken, French fries, pizza. And then for dinner, I would go to work and then I'd come back home and McDonald's is right on the way back to my dorm. So I'm probably getting my average meal there would be McDouble, McChicken, medium fries, 2 apple pies, and a drink. I still remember that to this day because it's all I would get when I would go to McDonald's. Now, when you first hear of that meal, you're probably saying it's not too bad. It's about $7 or $8 at McDonald's. McChicken, McDouble, fries, it's not too crazy. It's like 5 items, but you don't realize how many calories is in that stuff. And that's the biggest thing when you're looking at weight loss. You have to pay attention to exactly how much is in the food that you're eating and not just a few items of food that you're eating. Now, your average person is supposed to consume about 1,800 to like 2,100 calories per day. And then your average active person, or semi-active person I should say, semi-active meaning like you work in a place where you're walking around a little bit, or you're walking to class around campus all day, or you're just not doing anything where you're sitting in a chair all day. They say that you burn around that same amount, so 2,000 calories. That's how we keep our weight leveled. We should eat just as much as we burn pretty much. So I just want to do a quick rundown of that one McDonald's trip that I did during that day. The McChicken, that's going to be 357 calories. The McDouble, 390 calories. 2 apple pies is 460 calories. And the Sprite is 210 calories. Now that meal alone is 1,757 calories. That leaves me about 200 to 300 calories left for the day that I should be consuming, or that I have left in my diet. But wait, I had those 2 Hot Pockets earlier. That's 600 calories right there. That puts me at about 2,300 to 2,400 calories for the day. That's already over what my caloric intake should be for the day. Now that's just 2 meals. I haven't factored in the breakfast that I'm eating from earlier. I haven't factored in any of the snacks that I'm eating or any of the drinks that I'm having throughout the rest of the day. So obviously that is why I was overweight. That's why a lot of people deal with being overweight, because they're eating so many of their calories in just 1 or 2 meals, and then they have the rest of the day where anything that they eat extra is putting a hindrance on their body. It means that they're gaining weight from that. So I started realizing how many calories was in the food that I was eating. Dude, I could not believe it. And I was doing that almost every single day, you know, substituting a few calories or give or take a few meals here and there. But that was pretty much every single day for me, and then I was still wondering why I was gaining weight. Not only is fast food full of calories, but so are the drinks that we're drinking all throughout the day. A lot of us don't realize that the sodas, you know, we hear they're bad, the juices and things like that, we hear they're bad, but we don't really care, and we still continue to consume them. My favorite drink at the time was Minute Maid lemonade, so I was drinking like 2 of those per shift at work. Now that's just within a few hours. That's 500 calories already. And just 2 of those 20-ounce like Minute Maid lemonade drinks. Now, if you're trying to lose weight, I need you to think about what drinks you're getting from Starbucks and stores all day, and realizing just how many calories you're wasting just on drinks alone. Like I said before, like a 20 ounce of Sprite, that's 200 plus calories. A tall Frappuccino from Starbucks, it's like 350, almost 400 calories. A can of beer, 200 calories. A glass of wine, just 1 glass of wine, is 150 calories. Now you're wasting all of that on liquids that you're drinking, and you haven't even factored in what you're eating for the day. If you're overweight or you're struggling with your weight, you're going through the journey and you kind of hit a plateau and you're wondering why you aren't losing weight, one of the most important things that I want you to do is just to start tracking your food. Whenever someone comes up to me and they ask me, Fitz, what are you eating? How did you lose your weight? The very first thing that I ask them is if they're tracking their food. Because like I said before, you don't realize how much you're putting into your body, and it doesn't matter how much walking you're doing throughout the day. If you're eating more calories than you're burning, then you're simply not gonna lose weight. Best app that I found for this, a lot of people have used it, you may have used it, you may have heard about it, is MyFitnessPal. Now, MyFitnessPal is an app, it's free. You can download it and you can track literally every single type of food that you're consuming throughout the day. The barcodes on the back of stuff that you buy, you scan it with your phone and it puts the calories into your like daily log for the day. Even if you're eating stuff at home, you can kind of make a guesstimate. Most people know what an ounce of something is, what a cup of something is. If you don't know, use a measuring cup. Track every single thing that you're eating throughout the day so you can be accountable and see how many calories you're intaking. You don't even have to be on a diet quite yet. When people ask me, I don't tell them to start eating this food, or I don't give them meal plans. The first thing I say is track your food, see what you're consuming. And on top of that, you need to be honest with yourself. If you're eating a full pizza, write that down. If you ate 6 donuts that day, write that down. Put it into MyFitnessPal app. Make sure that it's tracking your calories throughout the day, because your body's going to reflect what you've eaten throughout the day, whether you put it in that app or not. So why not be honest with yourself and get ahead of the curve and know how many calories you need to burn throughout the day and know how much you need to cut back, instead of trying to lie and only putting certain foods in the app. I think of tracking calories as kind of like going to work or tracking your grades. You know that every time that you check your grades online, if you have a certain amount of A's, you're going to get an A at the end of the semester. If you have some B's trickled in there, you might get a B plus. If you have some C's, you might get a B minus, whatever it may be. It's just like tracking your food. Track your food every single day. Then at the end of the week, it shouldn't be a surprise to you as to why you didn't gain or lose any weight. Think about every single time that you go to work. If I ask you right now, you could tell me exactly what time you clocked into work and what time you clocked out today. Because you know that at the end of that week or bi-weekly, whenever you're getting paid, you know that however many hours that you worked, that's how much money you're gonna make. So why would you not track every single calorie that you're putting into your body? It shouldn't be a surprise to you as to why you've gained a pound this week if you realize, oh crap, I'm eating 3,000 calories every single day and sitting around doing nothing. It's like it's not a surprise to you if you miss a couple days of work and then your paycheck doesn't look as good as it used to. If you know that you've gotten an F or you missed a couple homeworks, if you're checking online and checking your grades, you know at the end of the semester why you didn't get an A plus in that class. Tracking your calories is the most simple way to lose weight. I will always say that to anybody. It keeps you accountable, one, because you're putting every single thing that you're eating, you're putting it down in a notebook or on one of these MyFitnessPal apps, things like that. And then it also shows you, okay, maybe I shouldn't eat something like this because I only have however so many calories left for the day. Without tracking your calories, you don't know how many calories you've eaten throughout the day, and you don't know how many calories you have left before you start overeating. Whether you're at the grocery store, whether you're at the corner store, whether you're out with your friends, just make the better decision every single time. There are many times that I've been at a restaurant with my friends and I'm seeing burgers and French fries and all this stuff, like stuff that I know I like to eat, but I also know that I need to lose weight. So I see salads and stuff on the side too, or maybe a wrap, something like that. Anything that has the lesser calories, and I have to go with that. You know, I've been out with friends many times and like they're making fun of me and they're trying to crack jokes, you know, not anything too serious, but they're making jokes about me eating salad and stuff like that. People around you they're not going through what you're going through, so they're not gonna really understand, and they wouldn't do that for themselves, but you know what you know you have to do, and it's yourself. I've been out with a friend one time, we were on my lunch break, and I ordered a salad, he ordered a hot dog. When the waiter came out and brought the food to us, he went to hand me the hot dog and hand the salad to my friend, and I said, oh no, the salad's mine. And he's like, are you sure? You know, people around you are not going to want to see you succeed if you're overweight, and that's okay. As long as you're putting in the work every single day to change, then you'll have a result at the end of the year, at the end of the few months, or anything like that. It's all up to you. In the beginning, I made very small, minimal changes, and I already started to see weight come off. I began to choose like Subway over McDonald's, salads over Hot Pockets and fried foods, French fries, fried chicken, stuff like that. Eggs in the morning instead of a stack of pancakes or bagels loaded with cream cheese. You've realized I've barely talked about exactly what I ate in this video, and more so about what I didn't eat. I know some of you guys are probably looking for a more straight up, like exact plan of what I ate throughout the day and what my normal meal plan would look like throughout the day, but that would be so contradictory of what the common sense diet is. If you'd like, you can contact me through my Instagram, my number, my email, anything like that, and I'll be a little more detailed as to exactly what I found fit for myself. In a few videos, I'll probably do like a boring grocery haul of the exact food that I'm eating, but as for right now, I just want you to track literally every single thing that you're eating and make small changes. Something like less soda, less cookies. Maybe you shouldn't eat that whole bag of chips. I promise you'll see a change. But anyway, to wrap this video up, I want to thank you guys again for clicking on it. If you could like, comment, share, subscribe. If there's anything that you found controversial or anything that I was wrong about in the video, please comment below or leave a message on any one of my social media sites. I want to thank you guys again, and I'll see you next time.